Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Tonight, a grieving family is getting ready to hold a balloon release for a child who they say was found dead behind a New Britain home. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Annette Montgomery. Police say they discovered a large container in the backyard with apparent remains inside. While officials have only confirmed the remains belong to a young girl, community members and the family tell us that victim is 12-year-old Jacqueline Torres, otherwise known as Mimi. Fox 61 Celine Arif is live at the house where the victim was found. And Celine, it looks like a memorial is now growing for the victim.
Hey, good evening. That's right. We are here on Clark Street, where you can see behind me a memorial is definitely growing. It has been a busy scene all day long with people coming and going to bring so many flowers and candles and balloons. There are so many balloons here. Now, earlier today, the family was out here. They were getting ready for that balloon release happening at 6:30 in just a little bit here. They're back out here right now planning that, and it'll start in just a little bit here now. Balloons, flowers, and prayers. This memorial's growing by the hour.
May she rest in peace.
Maria Flores didn't know the victim, but she used to be neighbors with her great-grandmother. She came out to honor 12-year-old Jacqueline, whose nickname you can't miss at the memorial. Jacqueline's family says she may be gone, but her story lives on here.
This is so hard, because I got grandkids, I got granddaughters, I got great-granddaughters, and it touched me hard.
Jacqueline's family was out there just 2 days after human remains believed by the family to be Jacqueline's were found in a large container in the backyard of this home. The family spent the day putting out more balloons and planning a balloon release. They didn't want to speak on camera, but told us they'd appreciate people coming out to support them as they asked the community to respect what the family's going through right now. Jacqueline's aunt says they know as much from the police as we do right now.
I just pray that they have, strength and peace, that they find who did it.
The Consolidated School District of New Britain gave us a statement saying, "We are, however, mindful that this news may be impacting members of our school community and are aware of unconfirmed reports that this individual may be a former student. The district is prepared to make support services available to students and staff." While police continue investigating, the mayor's office tells us officers have been working around the clock to determine a timeline and exact location of events leading up to the victim's discovery. Now, this case is still under investigation by New Britain Police. Earlier today, they gave us a statement calling this a delicate investigation, which is why they can't release more information on the case, because they say delicate investigations often take so many twists and turns. They did, however, tell us that they are collaborating and collaborating with other local police departments in central Connecticut as they continue working on this case. Now, we will have more from the balloon release that's set to start here at 6:30 later tonight at 10 and 11 p.m. on Fox 61. Reporting live in New Britain, Celine Air, Fox 61.
Thank you so much, Celine. A heartbreaking situation. Well, New Haven police say they have arrested a 13-year-old for the murder of a 15-year-old. Police say the victim, Caden Phillips, was found unresponsive near Bassett Street late last month, and he was taken to the hospital where he later died. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules was at the announcement today and is in New Haven with the latest.
Because of the suspect's age, details are limited, but police say the suspect and the victim knew each other and may have had a conflict in the past.
It's deeply troubling that a 13-year-old shot a 15-year-old. It's deeply troubling.
15-year-old Caden Phillips was shot on September 27th in New Haven. Officers found Phillips unresponsive near Bassett Street. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. In a press conference after Phillips died, police said the shooting could have escalated from an earlier fight at a football game.
All I can say is that the suspect and the victim knew each other and there might have been a conflict in the past. We haven't directly connected it to the fight at the football game.
Weeks later, Carl Jacobson, the New Haven police chief, says video evidence and community support led to the arrest of the 13-year-old. Police say Phillips was, quote, a smart student at Career High School, a standout basketball player, and loved by all who he crossed paths with. New Haven Mayor Justin Ellicott says his heart goes out to the Phillips family.
You know, a 15-year-old boy that had his whole life ahead of him and is just taken away from us in a deeply tragic way.
The 13-year-old has been charged with murder. The case will be processed entirely through juvenile court. In New Haven, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Well, Derby police say a woman hit a police cruiser in a stolen car while trying to get away from officers. They tell us 31-year-old Aaliyah Beeman attacked a man and his dog late last month on Elizabeth Street. Then she left the scene in a stolen car. Police said when they tried to stop her car, she drove away, intentionally hitting a cruiser and another car. And police said there was an innocent adult and child in the car she stole. Beeman now faces a host of felony and other charges. They also tell us Beeman had outstanding warrants for 8 other unrelated criminal charges. A Hamden woman is behind bars after police say she crashed under the influence and then tried to drive away in a stolen DOT service truck. Yesterday morning, just before 9 a.m., state troopers responded to Route 15 near the old 57 exit. That's after reports of a crash. The State Department of Transportation initially stopped to check on those involved and help with passing traffic. But the DOT driver said when he stepped out of the work truck, 46-year-old Dominique Dancy of Hamden stole the truck and drove away. After a short chase with troopers, Dancy stopped the truck and was taken into custody. Tonight, she's been charged with evading the scene of an accident, larceny, and DUI. Police say a traffic stop in Norwalk turned into a drug arrest. The Norwalk Police Department said an officer tried to pull over 33-year-old Vladimir Ruales Espinoza last night near Sunset Hill Avenue. And that's because they say his motorcycle didn't have a registration plate. However, they said Ruales Espinoza got off his bike and ran away. Police said they had to stop him by using a stun gun and found he had cocaine, Xanax, and oxycodone on him. He's now facing multiple charges, including possession with intent to sell narcotics. Well, thousands of people will be running through Hartford tomorrow for a marathon, so let's see what they can expect. Meteorologist Matt Scott is here with the first check of the forecast.
I promise you tomorrow morning will be much milder than what we had this morning. That was a shock to the system. Remember earlier this week we had temperatures reaching 80, and yeah, I'd rather have that. 29 this morning in New Haven, Windsor Locks, 30 in Windham. It was a cold one. Here's the good news. We're going to increase the clouds a bit, keep the temperatures a little milder tomorrow morning as the race steps off. It will be in the lower 50s. More on that coming up. Live look at Hartford and New Haven as we wait for the sun to set in the next few minutes. And looking pretty good. A few clouds in New Haven, temperatures in the upper 50s to 60 degrees. We got 53 in Groton and Torrington, 56. Good evening, New Milford, Willimantic, Putnam as well. All right, cloud and radar picture quiet for now. We're watching a fairly impressive storm. A coastal storm down over the Carolinas, going to kind of come up this way, track to the south of us, going to get some energy from off to the west as well. Put it all together, you got trouble in the form of a nor'easter that'll bring us some pretty impressive rain bands and wind and the potential of flooding. That's mainly for your Monday, but it'll start late Sunday. So unfortunately, the weekend is not completely dry. At least it starts nice. Here's your planner if you're running or if you are supporting the runners in downtown Hartford. Temperatures in the low 50s as the various races step off, low 60s as the various races start to end. Full details on that nor'easter and what's ahead in the 7-day coming your way just a few minutes. Annette, over to you.
Thanks, Matt. Well, the city of Waterbury has announced a scheduled water main shutdown. So here's what you need to know if you live in the area. That shutdown will happen early Sunday morning, shortly after midnight. It is expected to last about 90 minutes. The city said they expect little to no noticeable drop in water pressure or water loss during that time. The purpose of the shutdown is to complete the final repair work on the Huntington Avenue high pressure main, which first broke late last month. Well, hockey is on the horizon in Connecticut. The Bridgeport Islanders will begin their 24th season of action tomorrow, hosting Providence at Total Mortgage Arena. And that's where we find Fox 61 sports reporter Alexa Harley. Alexa, with this being the 24th anniversary of the organization, the Islanders have to be doing some things special.
Yeah, Annette, they do have some very exciting things on the horizon for this season. One of the cool things is going to be the new food, not exactly diet friendly, but definitely delicious. But one of the exciting things the Islanders are holding this year is what they call Sound Tigers Saturdays. And the first of those is actually going to be tomorrow for opening night. What a way to kick off the season. And for those who don't know what a Sound Tiger is, it was the original mascot of the franchise that they debuted back in 2000 for their inaugural season. And in that first year of hockey here in Bridgeport, they skated all the way to the Calder Cup Finals. Now, those Sound Tigers jerseys are going to be available for purchase, and that is wonderful for everybody involved. But the fans can sport that iconic Sound Tiger logo with some of the new merch that's available, like I said. And then the team will also be wearing their Sound Tiger alternative jerseys multiple times this season. And we got to hear from the Islanders Senior VP of Business Operations, Joe Dolan, about how the fans have embraced the resurgence of the Sound Tigers logo.
We've gotten nothing but positive feedback. We just revealed our new third jersey just the other day. So the feedback from fans has been wonderful. And for us, it's again, calling back to our roots, but also where we're going in the future. So it's a brand new jersey. We want to incorporate it in who we are, and for our fans to embrace it as much as they have, it's been wonderful.
And something else that is surely wonderful is that Fox 61 is the media partner with the Islanders this season. So we're going to have 20 games from this season streaming on our channel. And fans will get to hear the game called by the voice of the Islanders, Jason Shia. And then either myself or fellow sports reporter Sean Humphrey will be ringside to give you an even closer look at all that action on the ice. It's going to be very exciting. The first game that we're going to broadcast that's taking place at Total Mortgage Arena is their matchup on October 29th. So make sure you stay with us for that exciting night of hockey. I know it sounds like it's far away, but it's going to be here before you know it. For now, live in Bridgeport, Alexa Harley, Fox 61 Sports.
Thank you, Alexa. And right now, we're calling all sports lovers and Husky fanatics. We have a brand new show to tell you about. Sports reporters Alexa Harley, who you just saw there, and Sean Humphrey have been hard at work the last few months getting ready for the launch of Connecticut Game Week. The first episode of Connecticut Game Week will be right here on Fox 61 in just a few minutes, starting at 6:30. But if you can't make it, you can catch it again tomorrow at 9 a.m. The first episode will feature storylines from a little-known UConn icon named Sue Bird. And you may get to hear from Hoops head coach who you just saw there, Dan Hurley, too. So make sure to tune in.